Pumpkin Tales is a concept that was that came about, or that was born over many hours and weeks and even months of wanting to do something, wanting to create something. So I got two of my girlfriends involved in it. They're from Chindi, Bhuvana and Raji, who together with us, we wanted to do something that was exciting and different, and something that we feel that Chennai lacked or could have some of. For me, having lived in Vancouver for about 20 years, growing up from Singapore, moving out of there, and living there, some of my favorite food items I couldn't get here, and mainly that was things out of like a bakery. Good croissants and good sourdough bread and good stuff like that we think that I really missed and that I really wanted to have. We came up with this concept of like, let's serve a little bit of like Asian, because for me, a memory of Vancouver is if you walk to any mainstream restaurant in Vancouver, you'll get some Indian food, you'll get some Western food, you'll get Italian, you'll get Thai, so it's just a little bit of everything. So if you went to a cafe in Canada, a cafe would be something where you would have a meal as well. Whereas here, a cafe is just a cafe. You'll have small bites, you'll have coffee and stuff like that. So from a cafe, we decided, okay, we want a restaurant. And then to have a restaurant, then we realized that we had to have a lot more food and not just pastries and stuff. So it just kept on adding and adding and adding. And I wanted something really good in Chennai, something that I could be really proud of, and I could go back and say, hey, we got real good sourdough, we got really good croissant and stuff like that, right? And so then I wanted to work with someone who knew it. And Aviv is a friend from Canada who said, when we were talking about it, he said, sure, why not? I'll come and show you a little bit of what's going, how it's done, and talk us through it.
So I'm a bread baker in Calgary, in Canada. I have a bakery there, and our specialty and my passion is sourdough bread. So Indian cuisine is broad, and there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of dough products that are here, and there's lots of different way of using them. They mostly kind of what we would call usually quick bread, so you mix something and you cook it right away. There's not so much of the bread similar to what we do, which is a sourdough with a long fermentation. So the long fermentation introduced kind of a different level of taste and a depth of taste. So that's what we're hoping that people will come and try. So this is obviously something that was very interesting for me. So I think the main difference that people will find with our bread is that it's crusty, and it's on purpose. There should be a crust, and it should be a little hard, and it should be a little chewy. So that's something that I think is very different from what people are used to here. So I would say, get the bread. We usually recommend not to get it sliced, but to buy a loaf and then slice it at home as you use it, because once you slice it, it kind of starts to interact with the environment and either dry out or get kind of moist, or it depends. Here it's very humid, so it kind of loses a little bit of the crustiness of it. So my suggestion would be to just buy a loaf of bread, get a bread knife, and then slice it as you go, and just eat it. Try it with different things. Try it with like your favorite curry on the side, and try it with like more of a Western kind of variety with like cheese and butter.
We decided on the name Pumpkin Tales because I didn't want to name it anything that was too restaurant-like. We wanted it to be quite different. And then we thought, okay, we'll use an ingredient in it. And we decided on pumpkin because I think pumpkin is such a wonderful fruit or vegetable actually, and it's very versatile. You can have it for desserts, you can have it for main course, you can have it for salads, starters, whatever it is. And it is also something that is across culture. Almost every culture across the world uses pumpkin. Thought, pumpkin what? then we're like, we have so many stories to tell, and we decided to call it Pumpkin Tales, to denote all the stories that we know we've been through. You know, you as a guest coming in, you may have stories to share with us. My team, my front service team, which is going to be an all-girls team, and they have stories, and so we decided, you know, what better way than to share stories in a restaurant, across the table, serving food right, you know, to your belly, through your heart. So we decided to go with the name Pumpkin Tales.